Today's rough plan was to go and watch the sunrise, but I slept in. One of those things when you're on island time, you have all these great plans. Oh, I'm going to go and see the sunrise. And then, well, it just doesn't happen, does it? So today, I'm going to walk around in the morning after the sun's risen, see what it looks like anyway over that side of the island where the sun's sort of probably now peaking above the mountains. I can see a little bit of the sun just coming through the trees there, and it looks a great colour, a nice yellow colour, because what we've got at the moment is a bit of cloud around, and sometimes when you get that cloud sort of masking the sun a little bit, you get some really great sort of coloured light. So I'll get down to the shore and see what I can find down there, see if we can see a few people around the traps, and go and have a few coffees. I really love Gili Air. I really love this place. So I'm just excited to go and walk around. Of course, first thing in the morning, and it's absolutely dead. No one around. Like everyone else probably had the same plans to go and watch sunrise and never ended up doing it. Always love to watch graffiti. Always some good messages on there. Really sort of poetic messages. That's the scene down here at the shoreline. All the cement that's been dropped off because there's so much construction on the island. But the view across to Lombok is always so spectacular. And as you get down to the shoreline here, the breeze is quite strong, so it's really quite cool, like quite cool. This is a good sign. Jagalah kebersihan. Jaga, it means to, jaga means to protect or secure or whatever, but basically it's saying let's maintain the cleanliness of the place. Jagalah is a word that you'll see when it comes to sort of protecting the state of something, yeah? And kebersihan comes from the word bersih, and bersih means clean, yeah? It is clean, the adjective, something is clean, it's bersih. Oh, this area is bersih, yeah? And then when you put the K and the AN, so the KE at the start and the AN at the end, you turn that adjective into a noun, and it happens with a lot of words as well. So you'll know that I often talk about the view being indah, yeah? So the view out there is beautiful or indah. But then you can talk about beauty by just putting the KE on the front and the AN on the back, and it becomes keindahan. So I really love the keindahan of this place because it is indah. I love the beauty of this place because it's beautiful. I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but you understand the usage. So you got those parallels with English by just putting the KE and the AN on some of those adjectives. It doesn't work every single time, but you can guess and make up new words that you've never heard before, and you'll often be right. Like if this place was busy, it would be ramai. But if you then wanted to talk about the busyness of the place, yeah, you can say, well, the keramaian. Rubbish truck over there. Rubbish on this island tends to get taken off the island. People do burn as well, but most of it gets taken off the island to the mainland, so it doesn't have a sort of a rubbish problem like it does on Gili Air, where they've got a big rubbish dump in the middle of the swamp, which is a bit of a disaster. The other thing that you can do with the KE and AN, and this is why I said it doesn't always do what I said it did, is because sometimes it can do things like make a word into being befallen by that thing. And that's complicated, so I'll explain it. Yeah, the word for rain is hujan. But if you got caught in the rain, you can say kehujanan. I am kehujanan. I was caught in the rain. Or kedinginan, befallen by the cold. So dingin is cold, so you can say kedinginan. Oh, that's cool. Save Cat, sponsor of this cat warung. It's a place called My Island Home. So there's an organisation called Lombok, which is building little cat warungs around the place. And I assume getting them sterilised as well, because that's generally what's been happening on these islands. I've noticed lots of sterilised cats, which is great. It's a never-ending task, but you've got to do it. The one last thing that quite often happens with the KE and AN thing is that it can denote something that's too much of something. So for example, besar is big, and if you say kebesaran, it can mean like, oh, like the fitting I'm using kebesaran is too big. Yeah, I mean, it's almost translated to talalu besar, and talalu is the word T-O-O. And talalu is one of the most fantastic words you can use. You use it all the time when you're speaking Indonesian. The thing about those words is that they are sometimes have two meanings depending on how you're using that KE and AN, and it depends on context. But you generally, if you sort of understand the rule, you can then understand when someone says that word, what they're talking about. Like immediately you go, oh yeah, kebesaran. So the dude, the pumped dude is trying to put a fitting, a pipe, onto another pipe, and he goes, duh, kebesaran. And you know, oh, it's too big. The other thing I sort of explained before a while back, but sort of triggered me here, is the way that people say hello or greet each other in the morning. And the way that everyone learns it, because one of the first things you learn is you say to another person, apa kabar? And then the response is, baik saja, terima kasih. And it's wrong. Hello, how are you? What's your name?
I'm Julie from Australia.
G'day, Julie.
Phil.
G'day, Phil. How you going?
Good, mate. Good.
Do you comment on my channel?
Husband might and Phil might.
Right, okay, yeah.
No, we watch that
Do you watch, do you?
every day,
Did you know I was here?
yeah. No.
I don't get spotted much here.
Right.
Yeah, no, you're actually the first people who have actually said hello, I think, while I've been here. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Whereas if it was in Sanura, it's like all over the place.
Yes.
Look who's here.
Well, we finally met.
Mate, good day.
How are you?
Hello, what's your name?
Donna, how you going, Adam?
G'day, Donna, how are you?
Good, darn good.
Well, you lit their lives up, did you?
Yes.
Well, it was like they saw a ghost.
What'd they do?
Yeah. Oh, Adam, hello.
Get Choco.
Oh, Adam will be gone by the time we get Choco.
And Choco's probably in bed.
He is.
How long are you over here for?
Only a few days, but I'm going over to Lombok for a while as well. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, just cruising around a little bit, sort of, I don't know, having a look at the situation, really. Because I like it over here, you know.
Yeah.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so nice.
I just want to say one thing. It's well, last year it was real calm and relaxed, but this
Yeah.
year
Busier?
there's a heap of teenagers and
Oh.
they got no clothes on and they run on the march.
Do you think that's because of the time of year you're coming or not? Or did you come the same time last year?
Same time, yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah.
They're howling through here on motorbikes.
Well, the electric bike situation, I agree, is not great. It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if people get bowled over, but you imagine they might. Oh, they're all lovely people from the north coast of New South Wales. They're the first people who have actually said hello to me on my trip here, whereas if I was in Sanua, I would have been sort of bumped into 100 times. So it just goes to show that the people who watch my channel aren't really here. But I wish they were, because I reckon most people who watch this channel would love this island. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. They were actually saying that, that trio there, that they're surprised that most Aussies don't come here either, because they think it's a fantastic place as well. Just getting onto the subject of greeting people here in Indonesia. So if saying apa kabar is not correct, what is it that you're supposed to say to people? Well, an Indonesian greeting an Indonesian is going to do things differently. Yeah. So when someone says apa kabar to you and it's local, the reason they're doing it is because they're trying to mimic how we do things in the West. We go, oh, how are you? And that's what apa kabar means. It means, how are you? But Indonesians don't really ask that question when they sort of bump into each other on the street. Unless they haven't seen each other for a very, very long time, and they really are interested in how that person's doing. Just going to show you this view over here. Waiting for the rubbish truck to pick up their rubbish. Pretty normal stuff. That's not just sort of dumped rubbish, that's well organised. That's what the scene is at the moment. Over to mainland Lombok, there's a little spit out there, which, or a point. I think it's more like a promontory or some sort of piece of land that comes out there quite far. When you catch the boat across from here, you don't go there normally, you go that way, which is a bit further. But yeah, beautiful. So what are you going to do if you're going to do the greeting with someone random on the street? Well, people... Hello, how are you? I was thinking, who's this? How are you? What are you doing? For a bit of a ride around it?
Sunrise.
Did
Yeah,
ya?
we came for sunrise. Beautiful sunrise.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah, cool temperature as well.
Nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. No, we thought we'd missed it because lots of cloud around.
Yeah, yeah,
And suddenly, there it was.
yeah.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful time of day.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
See you around, guys. See ya.
Goodbye.
Bye. So what you would do, like say if you're living in the village and you're walking past the same person every day, there will be small talk. Like Malcolmana, they will say, where are you going? They probably don't really want to know. So you don't need to go and tell them, I'm going all around the world, like I'm going down to the market, then go and get some money out of the bank. You don't need to say that. You would just come up with some sort of short response so you can keep going, like, oh, Malco Pasar, I want to go to the market. They might say, Dari mana, where'd you just come from? So if you're just coming from your house, they might not say that. If you're coming to your house, they go, oh, Dari mana, just to be polite and just to acknowledge you. They don't really care where you came from. So you don't need to get into a whole conversation. You could do if you wanted to, but that's not the purpose of the words. You might just acknowledge the person. So you might not actually engage in conversation. You might just sort of nod your head or dip your head a little bit, or yeah, basically make eye contact and smile. This is beautiful right at the moment. Looks like high tide's up at the moment, and it's just fantastic. A little bit of cloud. It's a little bit mundung. The other things you can do when you're greeting people, I mean, yeah, basically you're not going to be doing apa kabar at all if you're going to do it properly. The main problem with what I'm telling you though is that in Bali in particular, the locals are very tuned in to how foreigners like to greet each other. So they will do the whole apa kabar thing. So if someone does say apa kabar to you and it's a local, what you do have to respond baik-baik saja, terima kasih. That's just the way you're supposed to respond to it, but it's not quite right. So when you get the hang of it a little bit more and say you're more local style and you want to engage with people, yeah, you just sort of dip the head and acknowledge them. Like that, do one of these ones. You can even do something like, sehat bu, yeah, you're well. You could say that if you're trying to be a little bit more enthusiastic in your engagement with someone. Or some other random small talk that you don't really care about. It's called basa-basi. Just sort of, I don't know, is your child well, or whatever. Might just turn inland in search of coffee. I've just said to Susan, just messaged her and said, I'm heading to a coffee shop down this road, so I'll meet you there soon. She's stuck back in the room. The other thing I just caught myself saying there when I was just explaining something is the word terima kasih. And I actually said it a bit wrong. I have a habit of pronouncing it slightly wrong. You might not notice it, but I notice it when I say it, and native speakers will certainly notice it. So the word is terima kasih, that sound, rather than teri or terry. Like one of the ways that a lot of Australians say you're supposed to say it is to say terry, Macasey, or something like that, or Macasey, and it's wrong because that first word terry is not correct. It's not it's not terry, it's teri, yeah. So and you can actually shorten that, so it's not, so it doesn't become teri, it becomes terima, yeah, terima. It's almost not there. It's one of those short e's in Indonesian which are everywhere, and when you shorten that e, it's almost don't hear it. Now the reason that I say it slightly wrong a lot of the time is because when I learnt it wrong, and I used it wrong for such a long time. And when you learn something incorrectly, you fall into the trap of remembering it the wrong way forever, which is where I'm at. So I've got to catch myself quite often on some of these sorts of words where I'm pronouncing it just a little bit wrong. Might just go down here. This place is not on the maps. So a lot of the roads here in, or the little laneways here in the Gilis are not on the maps. And yeah, it's basically because you're in the village, which is pretty cool. Like this is real village life down here. All the locals live down here, all the local houses. Pretty nice though, I like it. These old bamboo sided houses, look at that, beautiful, beautiful. Got to figure out where I'm going to go here. Oh, nice. Would I go down then? Might go down this way. It's a beautiful area. Beautiful area. Morning. Jalan-jalan. Harus ke sana ya? Ke ujung belok kanan. Oh, ya, makasih ya. Okay. Okay, I was going the wrong way. It's this way. He's saying, where are you going? Now, he greeted me in English in that one. So of course he's going to say good morning, which is what he did. But if I was passing him and there was somewhere to go, he would have said, he would just nodded his head, probably. But because I was coming to a dead end, which was his house, he's like, where are you going? Indonesians are generally very polite people, but the politeness sort of is displayed in a different way. Oh, that's a nice place. That's that Ruby's Cafe that I went to a couple of videos ago, last video. No. Really nice Indonesian food. Indonesians are very polite, but in a different way to what we're polite. And the rules of politeness are different. And it's often the rules of politeness are all about being respectful to other people. And that may not mean that you say thanks to someone necessarily. Like in English, we're always told that you've got to do your pleases and thank yous and all that sort of stuff. And please is not really a word that you have in Indonesian, for example, so you don't say it. And just because you don't say something with a please or you are very direct doesn't mean you're impolite. Like if you get caught being impolite by a local and you are a local, it can be quite embarrassing. Like if you go and get angry publicly, it's a bit of embarrassment around it because you've sort of broken that whole thing where you're supposed to be, polite in front of people. This place looks good. It's called Elisa. I've never been here. So politeness is slightly different. So what are the things that Indonesians might do to be polite? Well, they'll always, or quite often, when they're polite to people of equal status, they'll often lower themselves a little bit towards them. Not in a sign of weakness at all. It's politeness. It's be nice. They'll often try and be helpful. Helping other people around the community is a real sort of form of politeness. Respecting older people or people of higher status is really important. And higher status comes in all sorts of different ways. So getting a handle on what it means to be polite here is really important. And that's why we sometimes as Westerners run into problems here in Indonesia, is that we do things that are a bit rude. So for example, riding around, so one of the things is this whole thing in Canggu at the moment where people are riding around shirtless on motorbikes or going through in these running clubs and stuff. And there's a slight arrogance to it, which comes across as being incredibly impolite. And I think it does cross a lot of cultures as well, but a lot of those people probably don't think that they're being impolite, but they are. And especially in this culture, it's seen as really impolite. They're sort of putting yourself above everyone else, and you don't really do that in this culture. Unless, of course, you might do that. So there are some arrogant people here in Indonesia who are really rich, and they will put themselves above everyone else, and a lot of people will lower themselves to those people. It's a status thing, and you can get away with it when you're rich anyway. I mean, we do it in the West as well. This is interesting. There's a brunch menu, and what it says above the menu items, it says, a fresh selection of wholesome dishes inspired by slow island mornings, balanced flavours, and comforting brunch moments. I think that sounds like AI to me. So, according to the menu, what they're famous for is specialty coffee and pastries. I mean, that's my perfect place, isn't it? And the good thing about it is that those pastries are made in-house. So you know you're getting something a bit unique and probably fresh as well. Like I noticed that in Bali, quite often you'll go to a place and they're serving up pastries which are like a day old and they're a bit stale and not great. So I'm always a little bit sort of reluctant to get a pastry in Bali these days, unless I'm going to a place that I know it's baking them fresh every day. Somewhere like Oli Baked Goods in Sanur does that. I really love that because they're all fresh. Now that looks good, doesn't it? Let's check it out. Well, how hot are it? Oh, hang on, we've got a biscuit around the back here. Little homemade biscuit. Bit dry. Okay, I need this drink now because my mouth is all dried up. The coffee feels pretty hot, so it's a hot one.
Mantap.
That is a good one. That is a good cappuccino. It's a big one too, 45,000, pretty cheap. They also have a pretty good menu here. So Susan got a blue pea matcha They also have a tea menu. They've got all sorts of brunches and salads and all sorts of stuff. I really like the style of it, to be honest, and it just is a nice setting as well. All right, Susan got the avo toast. I got the pancakes. They are mini pancakes. So what is the name for a mini pancake? Is it a pikelet, or is a pikelet a totally different thing from a mini pancake? Anyway, I got mini pancakes that are sort of quite well risen, so they look good, and just a bit of a chopped banana and a bit of honey that they reckon they're getting from up in the mountains in a place called Sembalun, which is a place that I want to go to later on this trip around Lombok at the moment that we're on this trip on. So Sembalun is a place that people go when they want to go and trek up to Gunung Rinjani, and there's a town down there, apparently very beautiful as well. All right, let's get a bit of this honey on there. It's like quite, as you can see, it's quite runny. So that's like a sugar syrup more than a, oh, it's got a little bit of texture to it, a little bit. I often find that Indonesian honey is quite liquidy. I don't know what the story with that is. It's not like the honey we might get in Australia, but the honey we get in Australia sometimes is adulterated anyway. It's like, just like sugar syrup anyway, isn't it? Apparently. Gets mixed or blended. All right, let's give it a go. It needs a lot of that honey because the batter doesn't have any flavour. It's okay. I reckon the riskiest dish on any menu to order is pancakes, and for me, they're very rarely done that well. Like, these are a bit stodgy to be honest, and not a lot of flavour, which is a bit unfortunate really, because Susan's got a fantastic little avo toast there. Looks amazing, but yeah, pancakes not into them. Not into them. That's a really good coffee there. Pancakes not so great, and Susan enjoyed what she had as well. One of those things, I guess. I find that pancakes seem to be a really difficult thing to get right in most places. I mean, it's a pretty simple dish, and I don't know, never really done properly anywhere. The town has well and truly woken up now. This is the main sort of drag up from the harbour, and there's a bit of a hive of activity. Oh, is that a market or something in there? What's that? Oh, it's just all like fruit and veg and stuff. Well, that's cool. See a lot of these signs around the place. Basically, don't wear your bikini through the middle of town. But people don't really take notice of it too much. I see a lot of people wearing bikinis around town. I might actually turn down here and have a look at this mosque. So there's one main mosque on the island. And, you know, as is usually the case with a mosque, it fires up more or less 5 times a day, or you'll get announcements throughout the day when someone's died or whatever. And past couple of days, people have died. I've heard some announcements on the loudspeaker about people dying, and that's the mosque here. It's just a really massive one. Massive structure, isn't it? A lot of money's gone into that, so yeah, look at it. It's quite beautiful, isn't it? Masjid Nurul Yakin. Amazing. I don't think I can go in because I think I probably need like a long trousers on or something like that. That's it anyway. That's a little peek inside. Seem to be stuck in the maze of back streets here in the village. Not really sure where I am. Another one of these areas that doesn't seem to be on the map, which is nice, isn't it? Just sort of having a bit of a wander around these little village areas. And it is very village style still. I mean, people are still living in, you know, wooden structures like this, which you wouldn't normally see. For example, in a place like Java, that's less common. Although, having said that, my old tukang, my old tradesman in West Java, does live in a bamboo and wooden house in a rural town in Garut. And the simple fact is, for him, that he just doesn't have the money to go and build something out of concrete. It's just too expensive. He doesn't have the cash. He lives from day to day on very little money. Coming past the local Sekolah Dasar, that's the lowest level of schooling here, free for children here. And out the front, you've got all these little snack foods, and yeah, that's it in there. I wish I could have filmed it, but it would have caused a fight. there's a crazy foreign guy sitting in front of a convenience store back there, leering at young women who are walking by. Jeez, it was creepy. And he's visibly a crazy foreigner. He's got all this weird coloured hair and he's like, doing these ones. It's like really weird. It does seem to be a bit of a thing though, that a lot of crazy foreigners do end up in Indonesia. Maybe it's just Southeast Asia in general. I don't know what it is, why a lot of crazy people end up here. Is it because there's crazy people everywhere in the world and when they're here, they stand out more, or maybe they don't get treated properly here, or does it attract them here for some reason? Is it the cost of living? It's something I've noticed a little bit of. A lot of people with sort of mental health issues do seem to surface in these places, and it's a little bit worrying. Oh, TPS Gili Air. TPS is a temporary rubbish storage site. And so normally what will happen at one of the TPS is they'll bring the rubbish from the local area, sort it all, and then gabung, what's the English word? Like put it all together and then take it to the final rubbish dump. Sort of like a middle sorting site, yeah? So TPS means Tempat Penampungan Sementara. The sementara on the end is the really key part, because sementara means in the meantime or temporarily. My plan was to come to Gili Coffee Roasters, where I've been before, and I love the coffee there, like one of my favourite coffees on the island. It's full, absolutely packed, which is surprising because the first time I went there it wasn't that full, and the second time I went there was hardly anyone there, so I'll have to find somewhere else to go. Tell you what's not that far from here is that Italian place again. I might go there, it's not far, I'll just have a little bite to eat and a coffee to keep me going, because those pancakes earlier were just not really for me. I'm taking a shortcut here through a cow paddock. I hope it pops out onto a proper road somewhere, but all I'm sort of being confronted by at the moment is fences, which is a little bit concerning. Maybe I'll go this way. There's big fences over there. Avoid that. I can see cows over this way, so that's the way to go. Oh, heaps of cows out here. How many are there? Like 7 cows. Wonder if this leads anywhere. There is a little walking track though, so it's got to go somewhere. And I know that Il Barreto is over there somewhere, over in that direction. Oh, I can see part of the solar plant over there. So I need to be on the other side of that. So I need to be able to cut across there. For me, it's actually one of the best things about the islands here is just wandering around without your phone out, navigating by maps, and just sort of feeling your way around and wandering down little tracks like I'm on at the moment, and laneways, and you end up at into someone's house and you're like, oh sorry, I've gone the wrong way, and then you go back out into the main road. I like that. I find that that's not really that common here. Most people are walking along the paved roads, but I like to take the shortcuts. Okay, so I was right next to the paddle court. I'm just going to get a seat here in the shade. That's in the sun, but I'm going to move the chair just a little bit into the shade. So the coffee and pastry here cost me $83,000. I just love it. I love the coffee, I love the pastry, I just love everything about it. I wasn't going to come here today because I've already been here on this trip and I come here all the time. I wanted to go to that Gili Coffee Roasters, but just a bit busy at the moment. It's strange because the Gilis do appear to be that sort of place where you get these clusters of people. So people find the good places and then it's clustered there. And then the rest of the island is empty. It's so empty in so many places, and so many businesses have no customers, yet there are some businesses who have really just pinpointed exactly what it is that the tourists want, the visitors want, including me. And because of that, everyone just flocks there. It's odd, isn't it? It happens a little bit in Sanur as well. There are a lot of empty businesses in Sanur and then a lot of busy ones. Amazing little spot. Let's give that coffee a go.
Mantap.
Oh, I do love that coffee. Great one. Let's give the Il Fagottino a go. It's a bit, these things are like a pan au chocolat, a French thing, but these are breadier. And I think that's just the Italian way. I do like it though.
Yeah.
Makasih.
Sama-sama.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Love that place. It's actually just one of those islands that I just feel like you just walk around, go from place to place, have a bit of coffee, have a chat to some of the locals, and the day's complete for me, even though it's still morning. Feels good. The other thing is a lot of people here do come to go to the beach, to do diving, to go snorkeling and that sort of stuff. And if you're into that, this is paradise as well. I don't really do that so much. You know, I just don't, but I still love it anyway. Here we go. They're selling sarapan, 10,000 saja. Sarapan is the word for breakfast, and you'll see it all the time around the place, sarapan. But you can, like, even say, you can say makan pagi, you could, but sarapan is the more common word. Makan malam is like dinner, you know, your evening meal. And using the word makan, like in front of a few different words, can give you a different meaning. Like makan siang is lunch. And those, the siang and the malam and so forth, they marry up to the way that you can also greet people with selamat siang, selamat malam, selamat pagi. You know, so you can put, if you put makan in front of those time of day words, you then get the time of day for that meal. Interestingly, if you just put the an on the end of makan, which is makanan, you get food. And the same goes for drink as well. To drink, yeah, is to minum. Yeah, I will minum a coffee, but drinks, yeah, the noun drinks is minuman. So on menus you'll see, often you'll see minuman and then makanan. The drinks and then the food. Well, that just about does it for me today here on Gili Air. Loving my time here, loving my time in Lombok. Just a change of pace, a change of scenery here in Lombok compared to what it's like over in Bali. And I do like to do that from time to time. So thanks for coming along for the ride with me today here in Gili Air. And thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sonora and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time and sampai jumpa.